Hello everyone, this is StrawberryShorty back with another installment of games to grab before the eShop closes. And I keep having to record new intros because I keep cutting my videos because I don't want to make them too long because these are actually harder to make than you would think. I do have to make a quick side note and inform everyone I will no longer be posting newer videos to the 3DS subreddit. I was banned from there out of nowhere. I never got any warning or explanation. Some of you may know that the very first video I did was deleted several days after it was posted with no explanation, just a random message, just a form sort of message from a bot saying it broke the Reddit guidelines, not the subreddit guidelines. So I had messaged the mods to try and figure out what that was about, but they never responded. And then, just out of nowhere, weeks later, I get this ban, and I messaged them, and the only response I ever got was that they apparently didn't like me advertising at all on the subreddit, even though the rules say you can. And when I, pointed that out, I got muted, so I can't even contact the mods. And because I have anxiety, I'm just honestly really upset about it, but I wanted to let you all know that. I plan to try and post these videos on the DS subreddit instead. I don't know how that will go. It's possible some of the mods from the 3DS subreddit are also on there. But yeah, I just wanted to let you all know that. So we'll be continuing now with, I believe we are on the Tower Defender games, starting with Dylan's Rolling Western, The Last Ranger, and Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers. This is another one of those games that you'll often see on other people's lists, and there's a free demo for at least one of them. I was a bit surprised to hear that this is apparently a tower defense game. Admittedly, a unique one from what I'm hearing, so I'm putting it on here. Wizard Defenders, a match 3 shooting game where you hold the DS like a book, and this is another one I covered on my DSiWare lists. Your difficulty determines how many different colors of cute wizards you get to match up, and the attacks you send towards the monsters coming on the other screen depends on the way you make your matches. So if you make yours all in the same line, it's just one attack along that line. But if you do 3, up and down, it's an attack over 3 lines. And it's not a bad game, but seemingly endless, and it gets a little boring as time goes on. Toys vs. Monsters. This title seems slightly similar to the above, only instead of matching, you drag toys onto the battlefield to take down the approaching monsters. Defend Your Crypt. Another one I sadly have not had a chance to play. It seems to revolve around setting traps in your crypt to stop these little lemmings-looking adventurers from getting too far. Monster Combine TD. Defend the gates of your skull by dragging and combining monsters. I like the character art, but I'm not sure of the look of the game beyond that. Now we've kind of wandered a bit more into simulation games, but different than the Harvest Moon type of simulation games. Bookstore Dream and Publisher's Dream, 2 other titles that I covered over in my DSiWare lists. These also have a little bit of time management to them. You manage a bookstore in one and a game publishing company in the other. There's a bit of a learning curve, no proper tutorial, just a written guide, and you can't fast forward time at all, but they're kind of cute, unique, pixely little games. And you won't find them anywhere else, so. Little Kingdom Item Shop. This is supposedly a shop management game, but I believe it also has elements of either time management or adventure games. I am not sure which. Adventure Bar Story, which I believe is similar to the game I just talked about. I've only just bought it, so I can't sadly comment further. It might be connected to the Adventure Labyrinth game I covered before. Not sure, though. Waku Waku Sweets. I've only seen this one on sale once this past year, but it was a big drop from its usual price, which is $25. And it was on sale for $1 something, I think. The DS version got no physical release, and it does have some differences from the Switch port. Different dialogue, character names, and some different visuals. It plays similar to Cooking Mama, having you prepare different dishes step by step, and it's very cutesy. I also found it easier to use the stylus in comparison to the Switch controls, which had you using the joystick and holding the shoulder buttons. Now we're kind of shifting into visual novels. Actually getting closer to the end of this list. I have to think of more games. the House MD series. This is a series of about 5 games based on the popular drama. I say games, they're more like episodes. As I said when I covered this in my DSiWare videos, I couldn't find the physical versions of this, though they supposedly do exist. The episodes are sold separately and they're not cheap, and the game doesn't really introduce you to the characters. You try to diagnose patients while playing mini games, and aside from the one game I played, they're all pretty much fine. Detective Pikachu. I'm honestly not sure if this is a visual novel or not. Honestly, I keep forgetting it exists, so I have yet to get it. Physical versions do seem to be getting more and more expensive, so I figured I'd put it on here. I just know it's an investigation game starring Pikachu. I don't think it's related to the movie, though. Of course, the one you all know about, the Ace Attorney series. If you somehow haven't heard of this visual novel yet, you play as an attorney, investigate, and try to get your client declared not guilty. There's a lot of great humor, shocking twists, amazing characters, and fantastic story moments. The HD trilogy is a compilation of the first 3 games, and while you can get better versions on just about every console, this is the cheapest way to play those games on the DS, which is how most of us first played them. Then there's Apollo Justice, the sequel that you can honestly get physically for cheap enough. The 2 following games, however, Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice, never got physical releases, and I believe they are still completely eShop only. Secret Agent Files Miami. I'm not entirely sure if this is more an investigation game or an action one or both, so I'm just putting it here. It's generally pretty unknown. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but... Secret Mysteries in New York. Basically same as above. Not entirely sure what kind of game it is. Couldn't find it outside the eShop. Hopefully I'll manage to include some images that give a better idea what it's like. Chase Cold Case Investigations. I haven't heard a lot of compliments about this game, but it's a mystery visual novel, so I'm definitely planning to check it out. And it can't be worse than Jake Hunter Daedalus for the Switch. So, speaking of Jake Hunter, Ghost of the Dusk. He's a detective not a lot of people have heard of, Jake Hunter. There's a huge number of games starring him in Japan, but we have gotten very few in the US, and one was just a remake of the first one. And then there was Daedalus, which sucked. I haven't had a chance to play my copy of the physical version. I didn't even know the physical version existed until I suddenly got it. That's why I'm recommending the eShop version, because I don't believe the physical release is pretty common. Surviving High School, a DSiWare version of the popular novel EA took down from the iTunes store, though it is only supposedly 1 arc. I'm not sure if this one is even still up, but if it is, this is the only way to play it now. I covered it briefly in my DSiWare lists, and you can only search DSiWare games on your console, and since I can't hook my 3DS up to the internet, my DS up to the internet right now, I can't, Probably going to have to cut the visual novel section short here. We're getting way too close to 30 minutes. I honestly should have cut this ages ago so I could make this multiple videos. But thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry there were so many games in this one that I did not know about. Please let me know in the comments if anything in this video caught your eye, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!